Alex Bregman goes yard. The first Breggy bomb in Minute Maid Park in 2023, but it wasn't enough. Too little, too late. Bregman, the offense didn't show up besides him. Framber threw a good game. We're going to talk about this as the Astros hit the road for a 9-game road trip. It might be tough. Hang on, boys. Let's get going on Locked On Astros.
Alvarez, it's a high drive, center field. Veer leans back. This game is turned upside down. There's the runner, fly ball down the right field line. Tucker comes on. Kyle Tucker. This time they finish the job.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Heisman. Find me on Twitter at Eric Talks Stros. Find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett, where can I find you at?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and TikTok. They can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive. I hate watching games like this. Always Stros.
All righty, guys. Yeah, I know this was a little bit of a weird game today, past two games. But, guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go and keep on subscribing. Go and be like Darby and be a everydayer, just somebody that listens to the podcast every day, whether you tune into the live broadcast, go and tune into the after party on YouTube, or go and listen to Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Go and check out the Locked On Astros podcast every day. And today's episode is brought to you by RocketMoney. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/LockedOnMLB. So I know that everybody was thinking, oh, the Giants are not a very good team. They're missing some of their main players. This will be a cakewalk. And we won the first game, but then the offense kind of went dormant. And I'm wearing old Astros black as a way to mourn this series. And no, I'm not. This is not the Tombstone episode. Somebody was saying, so is this finally your Tombstone episode, Eric? No, I'm not doing the Tombstone episode. This is not 2005 yet. I don't think we're going to see that in the newspaper. This team is still too talented, and we have reinforcements on the way. We just got to be patient. Michael Brantley, he's coming back soon. We have Jose Altuve, who said the next 2 weeks are very critical in his rehab. And Chas McCormick, we don't know exactly when he's coming back, but the reinforcements are coming. We just got to be patient. Patient.
Well, I will say this, and let's just look at reality here. Brantley and Altuve coming back is not going to fix this team right now. They have far more issues than just Brantley and Altuve. They're not going to be interjected into this lineup and then everybody else start just going, yeah, that's a World Series 05 jersey. But the Astros need to figure out what they're going to do with this lineup. And if Dana Brown is going to say things like Yandy Diaz is the future catcher, and he's going to get 300 at bats. And if they continue to have someone like Rylan Bannon get reps, who Rylan Bannon to me has no place on this team. No offense to Rylan Bannon, but I can think of 2 or 3 other guys that should get playing time over him. David Hensley has been a complete no-show, okay, at the plate. And then you have Cesar Salazar. Like, what is he even doing up? If he's the backup, what's he backing up?
He's the backup. He's the assistant to the assistant regional manager.
Exactly. He's the assistant to the regional manager. That's a perfect description. Thank you, office, for giving us that. Man, I missed that show. But, what we saw today, Eric, was a conglomeration of a team that has pitching that's done enough and an offense that hasn't done jack squat. And when they were playing the Braves and they swept the Braves and they're hitting the home runs and they're doing that, you're like, okay, this offense is back. But when you look at their numbers compared to the league, like home run wise, I think they're like 20th.
Mm-hmm.
The leading team is like 62 home runs. We have like 26.
Right.
I mean, we talked about that. I think you mentioned that the other day. But if I look at the pitching, Ks per 9, we're 8th with 9.55. Home runs per 9 given up, we're 10th with 1.0. And with home runs to foul balls, we're 11.6%. We're 12th. So the pitching's been doing their job. But the offense is asleep at the wheel.
It's not quite that bad with the home runs real quick. The Astros have 27. So I
said 26.
Oh, yeah, I know. But 27 sounds so much better, Brett. Come on, work with me.
Okay. One home runs. Well, one home run could have been the difference yesterday in a 2-0 loss. The Astros scored 7. We were at the game, 7-3. We were like, yes, like they're going to win this series. Like I was thinking they're probably going to sweep this series. And then Logan Webb adds insult to injury. And he says, oh, yeah, this has been a rough road trip. 3/4 of the team has the SHITS. Basically, he talks about the team having diarrhea. And I'm like, hold on. Are you trying to make us feel worse about getting beat by what was coming into this as 11-16 Giants team? So not only that, but these dudes are playing with upset stomachs, taking Pepto in between innings, and we get rocked by these guys 2 or 3 games. You want to talk about a wake-up call, bro. I mean, 12th in K percent, 21.4, 21st in taking walks, 8.4, 19th in on-base percentage with 315, and 19th with batting average on balls in play at 292. The bottom line is, top to bottom, the lineup's not getting it done. There were a lot of weakly hit balls. The game started with an infield single by Mauricio Dubon. The balls that they hit hard, one was out, one was Bregman, but they were lineouts to players. And they just weren't competitive at bats. And look, tip your cap to Logan Webb and, and the other guy, Del Scafini, tip your hat to these guys because they did an excellent job against, I think, a much better offensive team. We just don't know where that offensive team is right now.
Right. And if you're looking at Kyle Tucker's kind of had a rough stretch as well as a lot of people. But Kyle Tucker is 8 for his past 42 with 7 singles. Dusty Baker said that before the game, he's been trying to give him an off day, but he doesn't have any real options to play right field. So Dusty Baker is making Tucker an everyday guy. And unfortunately, you don't have any options. And so the Astros are being hampered right now. And so I think this is kind of I think the part of the season where we just got to see who the Astros really are. They're pitching. They lost 2 pitchers. Their pitching is not terrible. Like you said, they're not getting blown out. They're losing 4-2 games, 3-2 games, those type of games. But you got to give them some offense. Your bats got to wake up. Alvarez is a little slump. You just got a lot going on. And yes.
5 innings. What did they do for 5 innings, Eric? What did they do? Nothing. So they went 3 up and 3 down in 5 innings. When you have more innings where you're going 3 up and 3 down than you have not, and then when you get guys on base and you pop out and you line out, yeah, you're not going to win those games.
Right.
A home run by Alex Bregman is non-consequential in a game like this because that's literally all they did. They were just non-competitive. Again, you got to give credit to Logan Webb. You can't just discredit the pitcher as a competitor because he goes out to win every day too. He didn't get the memo that said, oh, they're better than us, so I'm supposed to lose. That's not how competitive sports works. But when I saw that, dude, 5 innings, 3 up, 3 down, I was like, why? Like, what's going on? And at some point, you would think they would pinch hit certain guys. Like, look, Hensley's not hitting, bring in Jolks. If Mauricio Dubon's sitting like yesterday and they're not hitting, pinch hit. Bring in a pinch hitter. Bring in somebody different. Like, do something different, please. I know it's May 3rd, and I don't think the sky's falling. I'm clearly not wearing all black like you, mourning the season. But there are reasons to, I think, be concerned early. Now, I'll say it again. If there's any team that can withstand blows the way the Astros are taking them, I think it's the Houston Astros that can come back from this. And look, if you have issues with your personal finances, meaning you've got money flying out of your account that you're not aware that's flying out of your account or where it's going, you probably need to go to rocketmoney.com/lockedonmlb. Over 80% of people have subscriptions that they completely forget about. Chances are you're one of them. Like that Stars app that you got for the one show, or the gaming app that you basically never really used, Rocket Money will quickly and easily help you find out what you need to pay for, what you need to get rid of, and they'll cancel those subscriptions you don't need. They also help you manage your finances and automatically categorize your expenses so you can easily track your budget in real time. Also, get alerted if anything looks off. So over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, so why don't you make it 3 million and one? You can save an average of $720 per year. I mean, that's the average savings per person. That could be you. So stop throwing away money, cancel your unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/lockedonmlb. Like the Astros, just hit the ball, score some runs, win the easy way. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedonmlb. rocketmoney.com/lockedonmlb today. And if you would check out the Astros local broadcast on Sirius XM, the Astros play the Mariners Friday at 9:10 Central Standard Time. You can catch every pitch. You can catch Sparky. You can catch Ford talking about the Houston Astros taking game one against the Mariners on the SXM app when you search Astros.
It's going to be Astros After Dark, and this is the first time we're actually playing a division opponent, and that's kind of weird this deep into the season, but it's just how I believe it is. I think it is. So
haven't we played the Rangers?
We played Rangers. I guess
we played the Rangers. So this is our
right.
second division. Our first time playing the Mariners.
Okay,
who's
that's right.
MLB on a certain nationally televised game. They're like rivalry week or rivalry day, and I'm like, we're rivals with the Mariners. I didn't know that.
If you look at the past few seasons, even that season where they kind of fizzled out, they were still the kind of competition for the Astros. So, I think that if you look over the next 3 or 4 years, it's going to be maybe the Rangers, the Astros, the Mariners, maybe the Angels, if they can ever get enough together. So, I think that that's not a bad comparison, especially with what happened last year in playoffs. And so after not being in playoffs for so many years, then you just kind of beat them like they did in that situation. That was just heartbreaking. And so what's not heartbreaking is seeing Bregman. Him hitting a home run was great, a little late. What was heartbreaking is that Martin Maldonado had a hit in the 8th inning. That was the first hit since the first inning. But going back to it, just seeing Jose Altuve doing baseball activities, and he is clear to throw. He is cleared to field. He is cleared to grip the bat, not swing the bat yet. So he is cleared to resume baseball activities. And they asked if it hurts him when he throws. He said, no, it's fine. And so he said like I said earlier, the next 2 weeks are very key to his recovery. So we'll see if we get him back. And I'm going to disagree with what you said earlier. I think that Jose Altuve is a big key to this Astros season because he is the spark that gets it going.
Now, no. I didn't say he wasn't the key. I didn't say that. What I said was, I don't think just the sole fact that him and Brantley are going to be coming back are going to fix all the issues that the Astros have been having is what I was saying. So let me rephrase that and kind of defend myself. It will It will push. No, it is a good thing. It will have a positive effect.
Right.
But there are other things that need to happen. Bregman needs to start hitting. Pena needs to be more consistent at the plate. Abreu, wake up. Abreu's got to start hitting. Abreu looks, He looks bad. He looks bad at the plate. And look, he's 36. Why isn't he getting a rest day? Why isn't Diaz at first? Why isn't someone taking over first and letting him rest? Because if rest days are so important, why isn't a rest day important for an older player? You see what I'm saying? So some of these things they talk about just seem like lip service to me. So I don't think that Brantley and Altuve coming back will solve all their problems is what I meant. I think having Altuve back will be a huge boost to the team, morale-wise and mentally. Maybe that's what they need, but a lot of other things have to happen with him coming back.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, for the people in the live comments, go ahead and comment. Who do you think, Brett? You can't tell them. Who do you think's on the back of my jersey? This is a 2005 World Series jersey from Houston Astros. Which player is on the back? It is not Bagwell. It is not Biggio.
Don't give me any hints. Don't give me any hints.
That's what I said. It's not Bagwell. It's not Biggio. I just want to go off and say it's not the big two. So,
well, here's the thing. While they are thinking about who is on the back of your jersey, Yandy Diaz absolutely needs more at bats. He needs more at bats, and if he's got a 660 OPS, that's not bad. But he needs more time at the plate. He needs more time behind the plate. He threw out 2 runners this weekend. The guy's got a cannon. He threw out a runner, I believe, in Tampa when, Hunter Brown's last start before this one he just had. And so he's throwing BBs out there. He's got a top pop time in Major League Baseball. We talked about that last show. But Yandy Diaz absolutely deserves to get more time. And they need to just do a 60-40 split. And we talked yesterday, and people are talking about it today. Maybe they listen to the show, Eric. I see the guests is coming in. They haven't got it right. It's not Beltran. It's not Clemens. It's not Kent. It's not Oswalt. Keep going.
Was Beltran on the World Series team? He was not.
He was not. He was on the 04. Got traded.
Team, yeah.
But they've been saying today, I say they, people on the internet have been talking about how, with the pitchers being injured and out, that means that maybe Diaz will get more starts. And I talked about that last night, and you and I went over that, and it makes a lot of sense. And to me, it's very hard to defend keeping Martin in there as the absolute starter 5 of 6 games when you have new pitchers coming up who, quote unquote, are not used to Maldonado behind the plate.
Right.
Dude, they're hitting all around. Morgan Ensberg.
Jeff
Lance.
Kent was not on the 2005 team. He was on the 2014.
Clemens, no.
Yeah.
Keep guessing. All right. Well, let's keep rolling because people that are listening aren't seeing this.
I know. So I think that if you're looking at what Bregman said, he said, overall, we're not doing enough offensively right now. We need to do a better job of swinging at better pitches and damaging pitches over the middle of the plate. I know how good an offense we have. Yes, we all know how good offense this team has. It's just they have not been showing it pretty well. So I know that I think that adding a bat like Altuve will do wonders because just his enthusiasm, and I think everything that would help. And so I think that Brantley will come back a little bit sooner, maybe on this road trip. They said maybe on this road trip.
I would be surprised if Brantley didn't show up in Seattle. I would be real surprised if he wasn't on a plane Thursday with the team going to Seattle. I don't see any reason why you keep running him out into AAA where he's going 2 for 2 hitting doubles.
Chad Qualls, really? Chad Qualls.
Get him. Well,
I don't think I would ever own a Chad Qualls jersey.
Why not? Dude, Chad Qualls was great at one point.
Balls to the walls.
No. So Wandy, it was not Wandy, not Qualls. I'll have to give him another hint here in a second. But looking ahead, Eric, it looks like the Mariners, and I don't know this for sure because they haven't confirmed it.
Is Luis Castillo.
Oh, it is Luis Castillo.
I mean, I saw Chandler Rome say that.
Okay. So I didn't know where I saw it. I just know I went to MLB.com and it said to be determined. So I didn't want to pigeonhole myself and say, you said it was Luis Castillo. But, they are dealing with their injury, with the injuries of their own, where, Robbie Ray's gone for the season. and the Mariners are 13-16, so they're under 500. So the two teams, Eric, that at May 3rd were supposed to be leading the American League West are absolutely not leading. The only team worse than our two teams, and we're one game over 500, is the Oakland A's or the Las Vegas small blinds or whatever you want to call them. Gosh, I did hate that for that for that fan base. No, not Backy. Gallo? No.
Joey Gallo? No.
No.
Oh my
no.
gosh.
Maybe
You're on the right track, though. It is somebody where Joey Gallo was. So they're like skirting around it. It's like weird.
Well, you may have to give it to him. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. No, it's
It's
not
very
Jose.
obvious. I mean, he was a pretty important person.
Okay,
Ken Giles may be wishing he was good as him.
Let's just say this: he hated facing the St. Louis Cardinals.
Right.
There's your last hint.
So
All right,
the
let's move forward.
The Astros were 5-1 on a road trip to Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Then they were 2-4 at home versus Philadelphia and San Francisco. Now, like you said, they're on a 9-game road trip against Seattle, Angels, the White Sox. Now, the White Sox, I'm not too concerned about, but the Angels, who knows if we're going to face Ohtani. Seattle, that's a little scary, but I think the Astros can take care of them. They just got to hit.
I'm not worried about
16-15 right now.
I'm not worried about the White Sox. I'm not worried about the Mariners or the White Sox. I'm not worried about anybody right now. What I'm worried about is what you said. Oh, you just showed them. What a cheese ball, man. You gave it to them. You can't stand the suspense. Did y'all see Brad Lidge? That ball is still in the air. Actually, it's not still in the air. I was at that game. I heard it hit the train tracks and the glass. So I do know it landed. I know that's the joke. But the White Sox, no. Like, I'm not scared of them, but the way this offense is not producing, I don't even want to play the Royals right now. I mean, the offense has got to wake up, Eric. I don't want to play the A's. I mean, the A's are giving away passes for like 35 or 40 games for like under $100 or something. And someone says, if you get this deal for $99 for 35 games, you get a free T-shirt. And a friend of ours said, that's an expensive T-shirt. I'm like, that's mean. That is just mean. Yeah, I mean, the dogs are barking. Who let the dogs out, Eric?
I don't know. There's somebody outside making some noises. But you know what? The Astros catching situation, I know Yandy Diaz is the future, but a name from the past, Robinson Chirinos, he's no longer available. He announced his retirement today, and so he's going to sail off into the sunset. So we cannot have him anymore, but that's okay. And I'm not.
We were waiting for Robinson Chirinos?
No, not really.
You were just looking for BetterHelp. This episode today is brought to you by BetterHelp. And let me tell you, there are a lot of things going on probably in life and in your life. And you may be that person that others go to help with their problems. You may be the person that people reach out to talk to because you're that kind of person. And it's so easy to get caught up in what's going on in everybody else's life. Maybe it's time you take time for yourself. Maybe it's time you spend a little time giving back to yourself, because feeling stretched and overwhelmed and burned out isn't good for you or those close to you. Therapy can give you the tools to help you find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. It's so important to take care of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, let me implore you to go to BetterHelp. Give it a try. I've actually tried it myself, and the licensed professional counselors that are on this app are amazing. You don't have to set up an office visit. It's done right from your phone. And if you get a therapist that you get lined up with and you don't like that therapist, or you want to talk to somebody different, you can change free of charge. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with this licensed therapist, and again, switch at any time at no additional charge. So find more balance with BetterHelp.com. Just visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnMLB today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnMLB.
All right. Congrats to Pete Patilla, who received his 2002 World Series ring today. And what are you doing? Oh, I guess he removed himself for some. What's going on?
I don't know what happened. I think I inadvertently hit a button.
Okay. All right. If I can talk now, Pete Patilla received his 2002 World Series ring today, and it wasn't Dusty Baker or anybody that gave him a ring or Jim Crane. It was Joe Espada and Murphy. So that was.
Wait, hold on. He received his what ring?
World Series ring.
Oh, you say his 2022 ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said 2002 ring. I was like, what?
2022 ring.
Okay, Pete Patilla.
Yeah. He was the assistant general manager.
Oh, the guy that went to the Giants. Dude,
yes.
Because I was totally thrown off. I was trying to think of like, is this who is this Pete Patilla guy? He's the guy that went to the Giants, and he's the reason why we thought Carlos was going to San Francisco. Okay. Right. I'm sorry. I totally got lost there. My bad.
Okay. So Chandler Rome also said that Dusty Baker clarified that Luis Garcia is not getting a second opinion.
Oh,
he's just getting more evaluation from doctors. So they're just looking at the MRI results a little bit closer
so this
to decide what they're going to tell the fans. This is serious discomfort versus almost serious discomfort versus mild discomfort.
Well, okay. So it's not a second opinion, meaning they're not going to a different doctor.
Right.
They're just like asking us, doctor, can you go over those one more time with us and speak to me like a 5-year-old? Like, tell me like I'm 5. I just look, maybe there is more mystery, but for me, it makes me more worried, to be honest, because the longer they wait to tell us, it means they're trying to make sure they don't tell us too much or tell us too little.
Yes.
Because it's an elbow thing.
Right.
That doesn't sound good at all to me. So I'm praying
Brett,
it's nothing
you're
serious.
Totally wrong. It's elbow discomfort. You got to get it
right.
I said add the discomfort word.
I said elbow thing.
Comfort.
I said thing.
Dorothy, it's Brad Lidge. And a true story about this is I got to Academy really late in the game, and I was like, "Ooh, I want a jersey. I like the black ones. Who's left?" Oh, there's a whole like rack of Brad Lidge jerseys because nobody wanted him. So okay, I'll go get Brad Lidge jersey. So that's how I ended up with the Brad Lidge jersey.
And that's the old Majestic jersey, right? Majestic or Rydell. Look on your right shoulder. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Majestic. I miss those jerseys. Sorry, Nike. I have a couple Nike jerseys, but I would prefer the Majestic, or even the old Diamond Collection ones. I love those the best.
Right. So it's good to see Altuve consider, like back to baseball activities. It's good to see what Farmer Valdez did. I know he gave up the 2 runs in today's game, but he still had a quality start, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. His ERA is 2.60, but typically when you give up 2 runs, you expect to win, but when your offense doesn't score till the 8th inning, I know we're a late inning ball club, but you can't keep on doing this crap. You got to eventually score early and score often. You can't keep on waiting. Oh, well, we're just going to wait till the 7th inning. That's what we did on Monday. It worked on Monday. It's going to work again on Tuesday. Wait, it didn't work. Maybe it's going to work on Wednesday. I don't know.
Is this a new voice? Is this your Forrest Gump 2023?
Whatever.
Bro, man, where's the runs, bro? Shred some gnar rail. Anyways, I digress. So, a cool thing, I was leaving school today, and I had a kid walk up to me and he goes, "Hey, Coach Chancey." I go, "What?" He goes, "Hey, man, I got this picture from my friend. He said you guys were on KHOU last night, the news." And I go, "What?" So I don't know. Apparently, I don't know if they featured us or what. I don't know if you heard anything about it, but someone said they saw us on KHOU on TV. And so I told the kid to show me the screenshot tomorrow. So I don't know what he's referencing. I know you can go to khou.com and see Locked on Astros, Locked on Rockets, Locked on Texans. But he said something about us being on TV. So I don't know. Maybe it was a blurb from a website. But hey, man, we're getting out there, and guys, we've got some live events coming up. We've got something coming up June 23rd. We'll give you more details on that as we get closer. We're going to be having some live events with a sponsor that we won't announce just yet, but a sponsor returning. And so you'll get a chance to win some prizes. We're going to save probably a lot of our giveaways for live events. We will still have some here on the show, and we'll start kicking that up probably second or third week of May. So make sure y'all are an everydayer. Check us out. Don't miss an episode.
I'm not sure if we talked about it yesterday, but JJ Madajevic set a career high with Space Cowboys with 8 RBIs and 5 hits. But he's not on the 40-man roster. And I know a lot of people are saying, why do we have all these guys that are just taking up space? But you got to DFA somebody. You got to make some space. And you don't have the liberty of adding somebody to the 60-day IL anymore because you have Michael Brantley possibly coming back soon. Who knows? Jose Altuve may be coming back or getting ready to gear up in maybe 2 weeks. So you're going to have to DFA somebody. So I think that the Astros have what they have. And it's really scary to hear Dusty Baker say, I don't have any better options for right field. So that means nobody else's arms are big enough, are great enough for that. So anyway, so hopefully tomorrow's show, we're going to do a more in-depth look into the Seattle series, more look at the projected pitchers and matchups, but this should be an epic series, and maybe Julia Morales will get back to eating grasshoppers and everything like she did that one time.
Be a good luck thing, right? 17 runs or something like that, right?
Yeah. So that's all we got for this edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. Make sure you catch every play of this series, any series from the hometown broadcasters on the Sirius XM app. Just go ahead and search SXM and go and search Astros and download the app and just hear every play-by-play. So if you can't watch the game, you don't have the station available, just listen to it on Sirius XM. And we will be back tomorrow to talk about the Seattle Mariners series. And sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself there. But anyway, Mauricio Dubon is got a hit today, but this episode is not sponsored by Mauricio Dubon. But anyway, my name is Eric Heisman. He is Brett Chansey. We are the Locked On Astros podcast, and we will see you tomorrow. Go Stros. We need to get a win against the Mariners. We need to have some good things going our way. And we will see you tomorrow, and go Stros.
Man, I thought the Astros offense was flat.
That was your intro.